If you look further, a little bit closely, you can see that Toni Kroos has got way too much time on the ball, in my opinion. The likes of Kane, Muller, Goretzka should be at least putting him under pressure, because we all know what Toni Kroos can do when he's got time on the ball. He's obviously a fantastic player when he has that time. What's up, guys? It's the Master Analyst here. Welcome back to another video. If you're once again looking for unbiased and educated tactical analysis, you found the right channel. Bayern Munich 2, Real Madrid 2. What's up, guys? Let's get straight into the actual lineups for the game. Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. We've got a 4-2-3-1 for Bayern Munich. Mazraoui at left back, left centre back Eric Dier coming in for De Ligt, who's injured. You've got Kim at right centre back. You've got Kimmich right back. Two holding midfielders, Goretzka and Lima. Left midfield, you've got Leroy Sané, and on the right hand side you've got Musiala. Both wingers actually rotate in the game, as we'll get into. Centre attacking midfield, we've got Thomas Muller, and up front we've got Harry Kane. Real Madrid actually set up in a 4-4-2. I think it's a 4-3-1-2, but we'll look at in a later date. We've got Ferland Mendy at left back. Right back, we've got Vazquez. Right centre back, we've got Rudiger. Left centre back, Nacho. Three centre midfielders, in my opinion, Kroos, Tchouaméni and Valverde. And then the front three of Bellingham, Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. But yeah, let's just take a look briefly at the statistics. As you can see, it was a very even game, in my opinion. I mean, you can see for yourself, even possession, even expected goals, momentum bar, going back and forth between both sides, similar amount of shots, big chances. But yeah, we're going to get straight into the in and out of possession for both teams and essentially how they both set up to try and win the game. Right, guys, I'm having quite a few technical difficulties with my computer. So I'm just going to get straight into both teams, essentially how they wanted to win the game in and out of possession. So firstly, how did Bayern Munich want to set up? In my opinion, because of the two strikers that they had in Muller and Kane, they're very much false nine players, so they like to come deep and receive the ball. And that allowed the likes of Musiala and Leroy Sané to run in behind, using their pace and power. The likes of Lima also like to bomb forward to join in the attack. He's very much a box-to-box midfielder. But then the likes of Mazraoui and Kimmich, the Bayern Munich fullbacks, like to sit in and provide that cover. So yeah, a lot of it went through Muller and Kane. They're very much centre forwards that are very good on the ball, switching the play, linking it. But actually out of possession, Bayern Munich set up in a 4-4-2 with Musiala and Leroy Sané dropping in to make a midfield four. Kane and Muller are very much quite old strikers, so to speak. They're not really looking to press the back line. So yeah, it was very much a press that was very relaxed, so to speak. But yeah, Lyman was very much the aggressive centre midfield player that was very much box to box, aggressive in the challenge. And then Kim Min-jae, the right centre back, he was very aggressive with Vinicius Jr. He was very wary, so to speak, of his pace in behind. But by being touch tight with Vinicius Jr., it exposed him completely, because there was so much space in behind for Vinicius Jr. to exploit that he was severely punished. So yeah, Real Madrid, how do they set up in possession in this game? In my opinion, because of Tchouaméni's ability to drop in at centre back, it then created a three centre backs, providing cover for Toni Kroos. Valverde came centrally. This allowed, because of the three centre backs, this allowed Lucas Vazquez to play a wing back role. But obviously in transition, he was very, very much exposed. And then the likes of Rodrigo, Mendy and Bellingham were very limited in what they could actually do, because obviously you play in a counter-attacking system, then if you don't get hold of the ball in transition, you're barely going to touch the ball. But Vinny Jr., went a lot through him. He was the main player. He was always looking to look for the ball in tight areas, drive with it, looking to run in behind. But yeah, he was very much the way that Real Madrid wanted to play because of the counter-attacking system that they actually played. It fits perfectly for Vinny Jr. because of his pace and behind. But actually, out of possession, they once again set up in a 4-4-2 formation. Um, Very compact, but the big difference, in my opinion, was the fact that Lucas Vazquez was playing instead of Carvajal, and that allowed the likes of Musiala to run at Vazquez and cause him all sorts of problems. But firstly, I just want to say my key player. Obviously, Vinicius Junior was the man of the match, but I don't want to say someone that's fairly obvious. I want to look at someone that maybe not the naked eye would see. So for me, the key player was Musiala. He's always asking for the ball. I haven't seen him very often. I'll have to be honest. I haven't seen him very often, but what I saw in this game, he's very naturally gifted at driving with the ball for such a young player, and he was causing Vasquez all sorts of problems. But yeah, now we're just going to get straight into the actual big moments from this game. Right, we got the big moments from this game. Firstly, I just want to say Vinicius Junior obviously was a key player, but I wanted to suggest a player that wasn't necessarily obvious to the naked eye. We all know Vinicius Junior was a key player because he got 2 goals and man of the match. But I wanted to say someone that not necessarily everyone would see. But yeah, let's get straight into the big moments. We've got Mazraoui on the left-hand side. He has beat the 4-4-2 press of, well, not necessarily a press, but the compact shape of Real Madrid. He's got on the left-hand side. He's found Leroy Sané in the half pocket of space. He's then able to shift the ball to the left-hand side onto his left foot. And he should be doing a lot better, in my opinion. With a player of his ability, he should be finding the target, but he drags it wide. And this is the big moment. As you can see, if you look further a little bit closely, you can see that Toni Kroos has got way too much time on the ball, in my opinion. The likes of Kane, Muller, Goretzka should be at least putting him under pressure, because we all know what Toni Kroos can do when he's got time on the ball. He's obviously a fantastic player when he has that time. But if you also look, you can see that Vinicius Junior is looking for the ball, and also Kim Min-jae is very aware of the danger. He goes to actually press him. He's very touch tight, but as you can see, it leaves a lot of space in behind. And here you go. This is where Vinicius Junior identifies that space. He then runs in behind. Kim Min-jae is left behind in the shadows, and Vinicius Junior is 1v1 with the goalkeeper, and he slots it away. Moving on, we've got a goal kick. Real Madrid win the flick on. Jude Bellingham has got a lot of space in behind, because Eric Dyer has actually obviously gone to win that header. It's left Jude Bellingham with a lot of space in behind, and he gets brought down. But luckily for Bayern Munich, it is actually outside the box, just about. Moving on, we've also got a chance where Jude Bellingham gets in behind. He lays it off to Toni Kroos on his right foot, and he tries to bend it in the far corner, but unfortunately it curls towards Manuel Neuer, and he gets a good save. And this is the big moment in the game. I couldn't really see it coming, if I'm totally honest. Real Madrid looked quite comfortable out of possession, but when you've got Leroy Sané, there's always a chance that you can get back into the game. He's on the right-hand side. You've got Ferland Mendy squaring him up here. Obviously a 1v1 scenario, so there's plenty of danger. He managed to cut inside, where, for me, Ferland Mendy should not be letting him cut inside onto his preferred foot, because he's a very much one-sided, one-footed player. But he doesn't get any help from his midfielders either to actually come over and help him defend Leroy Sané. Leroy Sané gets the opportunity to shoot, and he hits it at the near post. And in my opinion, Lunin should do a lot better. You shouldn't be conceding at your near post like that. Obviously a very good, powerful shot, but yeah, should be doing a lot better in my opinion. And also in my opinion, this image here is a perfect example of how to actually attack Real Madrid. Because of their flat 4-4-2 formation, it means that they don't actually necessarily have a holder midfield player. Therefore, if you're the likes of Kane and Muller, you can drop into the half spaces, the pockets of space, to receive that ball. And then once you've got the ball, you can turn and then look to play players in behind, likes of Musiala on the left or Leroy Sané on the right. He does the previous one. He plays it to Musiala, who has a 1v1 with Vazquez. And we both know what's going to happen, because Musiala is very competent and naturally gifted at dribbling, and Lucas Vazquez simply is not a defender in my opinion. Lucas Vazquez dangles a leg, and it's always going to be a penalty. I mean, you can't really have too many complaints when you're dangling a lazy leg like that. Obviously, Harry Kane. Who do you want stepping up to take a penalty? Obviously, Harry Kane. But yeah, let's not talk about the England miss versus France. Real Madrid obviously posed a threat. They're always going to pose a threat when they've got the likes of Vinicius Junior to run in behind. He did have a chance, but it was a very awkward angle. And obviously, Manuel Neuer is very good at closing the ball down. Vinny Junior tried to hit it at the near post, but he's never going to score that from that angle. This is actually the goal that Real Madrid scored. Vinicius Junior gets in that half pocket to space again. He managed to avert the tackles at the likes of Leroy Sané and Gnabry. And as you can see, Rodrigo is trying to pin Kim. He's trying to sort of get the defender on the wrong side of him so that he can spin him. Vinicius Junior actually sees that and he plays a ball into Rodrigo. The ball gets into Rodrigo. He turns. Kim Min-jae gets the wrong side of Rodrigo and he has to bring him down. And it's a blatant penalty, isn't it? You can have no complaints. You can't be leaving a leg like that and expect to not concede a penalty. Obviously, Vinicius Junior, the form he's in, he's always going to be slotting that away. Also, throughout the game, you could see the likes of Brahim Diaz actually trying to get in behind to cause a nuisance when he came on. Mazraoui just about got the ball. A very dangerous challenge. But yeah, he managed to just about get the ball. Obviously, if he doesn't, it's a penalty and the game's completely different once again. For me, this is the perfect image of this game and sort of how Real Madrid love to play lately. And obviously this season, they've got that real bulldog mentality. They're just so gritty and they're hard to beat. And even if you're playing well against them, to actually manage to win the game is becoming near on impossible. But yeah, I just thought that was quite a funny image to sort of represent the game. And then finally, Harry Kane was on the right-hand side, and I think it was Tchouaméni that tried to get a slide tackle in. He's a very lucky boy because if Harry Kane is a bit more intelligent, which you would expect from a player of his caliber, if he leaves a leg, he's got a guaranteed penalty there, in my opinion. But yeah, those were some big moments from the game. There was a lot to talk about, but yeah, obviously very well set up for the second leg at the Bernabeu. Right, that wraps up Bayern Munich 2, Real Madrid 2 in the first leg of a Champions League semi-final. I'd say some concluding points. I would say it was a game of defensive mistakes, essentially punished by clinical finishing. Bayern Munich will be proud of the second half performance, but then obviously disappointed at how they conceded the 2 goals. Madrid, I don't think they particularly played well, but they always find a way to avoid defeat, don't they? And essentially it sets up a perfect second leg at the Bernabeu. But obviously I just want to say thank you to the people that have tuned in, the new subscribers. Just keep liking the video. I'd say we want to set a like total. A total we can actually try and achieve, maybe 20 likes. So try and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notifications so that you get notified when I upload another Real Madrid video or another Champions League video. Comment down below your man of the match and your thoughts on the game. Try not to be too critical of myself. It's just an opinion. You're welcome to put your opinions down below, but just try and keep it PG. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video in a few days' time. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.